Hi, take a look at this map. From 1909, it was done by G.W. Jones and Son, divided all the way down into townships of Madison County, Alabama, right here in Huntsville. Hi everyone, welcome to another edition of Your City at Work. And today we're going to be talking with Tim Barnes. He is the manager of the GIS division here at the City of Huntsville and taking those maps and making something new and exciting. Tim, thanks very much for being with us.
Thank you.
This is a really neat area we're going to talk about today for our citizens and our viewers. Tim, what is GIS and what type of work do you perform?
GIS stands for Geographic Information Systems. And basically what we do is we take the tools from two disciplines, that would be geography and computer science. So we take the tools of a geographer, which is a map, and we take the tool of a computer scientist, which is a database, and we put them together and we produce what we like to call intelligent mapping.
Well, that's been around for a while, but tell us, what is intelligent mapping?
We use the term intelligent mapping to basically denote a map which has a database behind it. So we have accurately mapped out features in the world, and then we have a database tied to those features. So for example, if we mapped all the sewer lines in the city of Huntsville, we have that displayed on the map, but then we can also click on that feature in the map, and then it will bring up a database that tells us everything we want to know about that particular system. Size of pipe, material, flow, all those kind of things.
So Tim, how did this all get started? You've been with the city for 23 years. GIS is one of the youngest departments of the city. Tell us how this all came about.
Well, Dallas Fanning, who's the Urban Development Super Chief, basically had a vision where he wanted to bring GIS capabilities to serve all the city departments, in particular urban development, but also local business leaders who had requested services, and then the citizens of Huntsville themselves as an information source. So in 2002, he called together his department heads in urban development, got together with the ITS director, and they discussed GIS needs. And what they found was there was a lot of needs inside the city and outside the city as well. So the engineering department did a needs assessment, and they found that there were 18 different departments requesting 162 different applications, all related to GIS. So Dallas basically got the department heads and the ITS director, and he worked with the local citizens and formed the framework for the first City of Huntsville GIS department.
And in the 4 short years that you have been in existence, you've actually been nationally recognized.
That's correct. As a matter of fact, just shortly after we were formed, 4 years like you were saying, we won an international award for special achievements in GIS.
So Huntsville is out there with other cities across the country in providing this type of information.
Exactly. I've traveled to many different cities much larger than Huntsville, and I'm always surprised because they say they visited our website and they were impressed by our capabilities here, so that was a compliment.
So Tim, talk about the website. We're going to get into more of the information in just a little bit, but let's tell our viewers how they can get to the website and take advantage of some of this information.
Sure, you can get it from the main, there's a link on the main City of Huntsville website, but you can go to www.hsvcity.com/GIS, and we have two websites. We have a static website and then we have an interactive website, but you can link to them from that location.
How much did it cost to start up this GIS division, and is it saving taxpayers money?
That's a good question, because when the GIS division was formed, there was basically no increase in cost, because what happened was the department heads in urban development got together and pooled their resources, and they contributed positions and they contributed time and equipment, and there was no net increase in cost. In fact, some of the GIS services had been contracted out, and they found when they ran the numbers that they could save approximately $50,000 a year just by doing it in-house.
So Tim, the primary mission of GIS is to support urban development?
Yes, we were formed primarily to support urban development, which is engineering, planning, inspection, community development, natural resources, water pollution control, etc. But we also provide services to any city department who request our needs, and we indeed do that.
For example, ITS, our city's Information Technology Services, would be a group that y'all would serve.
ITS would be an example because we work with Ken Holcomb and his group, and there's several databases that we work mutually together on.
And Tim, this is what I think is really exciting, is the databases you're talking about. Can you tell us a little more about that?
Sure, we have a lot of different databases. We basically start with a flyover where we take aerial photography, and anything that we can see from an airplane, we map it. And then we use that to create basically what we call a base map, which is a common base that we distribute to all the city departments. And then we put the individual department information on top of that base map and display it. So Natural Resources has a need for outfall lines or whatever for stormwater, we put it on that same base.
It's not hard to work with these databases online at the website. It's easy to use.
That's right. You can go to the interactive website, and all the layers of information that we have, like hydrology, roads, streets, houses, addresses, soils, zoning, city limits, all those things, school zones, are on that website.
And Tim, citizens can get copies of what they've seen online or even get other assistance just by visiting GIS, right?
They sure can. We make it available in hard copy, so for a small reproduction cost we can actually do large prints or plots for them, or we make it available on the 2 different websites. So the information is there in a lot of different forms and formats.
And let's talk about examples of how residents can take advantage of this type of information.
Well, the real estate folks are really enthusiastic about using a website because they can pull a lot of information like zoning and city limits. Some of the lot information and the address information is very helpful. The school zones, the council districts, the recreation leagues, all those types of things are on that website. Engineers, surveyors, they use it a lot because it has topographic mapping and hydrology. Flood maps, for example, are on there.
And Tim, you're helping with the continuing economic growth in the city as well.
That's exactly right. We have a map. It's one of our best sellers, if we could say that. It's one of our more popular maps. And we're basically tracking all the subdivision development within the city of Huntsville. And it's really surprising when you look at it, almost shocking at the number of lots and the number of subdivisions being built in Huntsville at this time.
What are some of the newest projects you're working on?
We've upgraded our GPS equipment so we can map features and edit features in the field now. We have recently installed a continuously operating reference station, which is a cooler station, so you can get differential correction for GPS in the field. We're going to add this summer color ortho photos to the website and to our users, and also we're going to pick up 2-foot contours for the entire city of Huntsville. We've worked together with the US GIS in a project to help fund some of those things, so they'll be available later this summer.
It's really a fascinating subject, a fascinating cutting-edge technology that the city's providing. Tim, once again, tell us the website and how citizens can take advantage of it.
Yes, if you just go to www.hsvcity.com/GIS, and you'll be able to access the information there.
Tim Barnes, the manager of the GIS division of the City of Huntsville, our guest today on Your City at Work. Thanks very much for being with us.
Well, thanks for having me.
And thank you for being with us too. We'll see you for another edition of Your City at Work.